We love a happy ending here on the Morning Blend. Today we are going to learn more about linkages and how they are the bridge between business and people with disabilities.
Joey Engineeri has more on that, but we are also meeting Chris, who is going to tell us firsthand how Linkages helped him find his new career. Gentlemen, thank you both so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
So Joey, I want to start with you. Now, anybody who's watching today who's never heard of Linkages, tell us a little bit about what you do.
So we're a nonprofit that was started by Jim Click and other business leaders almost 20 years ago. And basically with the goal of creating more employment opportunities for people with disabilities. And we do that by networking with businesses in the community and then also linking them with agencies that help people with disabilities find jobs. And then we've also branched out into serving other people with disabilities or trying to help other people with disabilities use our website, and really a great opportunity for the businesses to access a talent pool that is really underutilized but incredible, and then people with disabilities to get jobs, as you'll hear Chris talk about later, how important that is.
Well, and Joey, how is it that you got involved or even learned that Linkages was available out there?
So I got paralyzed in a car accident in '97, and a couple years later wanted to sell cars and went around to a couple different dealerships in town, and everyone kind of said without saying, you can't really sell cars from a wheelchair. You have to go on test drives and get in big trucks, and it's probably just not going to work out. But I was a stubborn kid and wanted to do it, so I saw Jim Click at a U of A basketball game and went up and introduced myself and said, look, nobody will give me a shot, will you? And he's wonderful. He's like, son, come on down to my office, we'll talk about it. And you know, he ended up giving me a shot. I was one of the top salespeople right away and had a great career in the automotive business, and went back and finished my degree in rehab. I wanted to give back to people. You know, I had great rehab, and so now I work for Jim Click, but he lets me split my time with Linkages as the Director of Community Outreach for both organizations, and it's just a wonderful fit.
Wow, that is amazing. It's such a great, it's great to hear your personal story, and I know we're about to hear from Chris as well. But real quick, what does Linkages have coming up on the horizon?
So we've got a really exciting new program. We've partnered with two local companies. One of them, Audio Eye, is a publicly traded company actually that they have accessibility programs for websites, and we don't think about that too much, but this is really what ramps were 30 or 40 years ago, website accessibility for people with visual impairments and dyslexia and things like that. So we partnered with Audio Eye, Chief People Officer, and us at Linkages to create an accessible format for applicant tracking and for applicants to go on websites to get jobs and be able to have those websites accessible. So that's one thing. And then there's some new federal mandates where federal contractors have to at least outreach and hopefully hire 7% people with disabilities in their workforces. So we're really trying to get the word out there to people maybe like myself that didn't associate with an agency or won't qualify for services through an agency, but you know, might have advanced degrees and a lot of experience, and really nowadays with the climate that we're in, that can be a leg up for them when they're looking for a job having the disability. So we're really encouraging them to use our website and get on and, you know, get some wonderful opportunities for new jobs. And then the most exciting thing that we have going on right now is we partnered with some agencies in town for the Dream Job Fair. And it's last year we had over 500 job seekers and over 50 employers. So that's going on October 7th, next week. And that's actually how Chris got his job, and we thought it would be good to bring him on and tell you guys a little bit about that.
I'd love to hear firsthand. Counselor Chris, when you went to the Dream Job Fair, what ended up coming out of that? I know today you've got a new job because of it.
Yeah, I was employed through Hope Inc. I just, with other job fairs, every time I would give them a resume or speak to them, you could kind of tell they weren't interested, or they just saw the white cane and visually impaired. So they didn't really get a chance to kind of look at me as a person. They kind of see my disability, and it was another hurdle to overcome. Or with the Dream Job Fair, since it was out in the open, I didn't have to worry about that, and Hope gave me a chance, and I've been with them for, it's going to be 11 months, and I've actually been promoted. I'm in a full-time position now.
That's
wow,
great.
Incredible. So anybody who's watching right now who might have a disability, would you recommend this service to them?
Oh yeah, in fact, I recommend the Dream Job Fair to a lot of my clients.
Oh, great. Well, look at that.
And I think that, like you were saying about the job fair, it's, you're going in already feeling you have an advantage into going into this type of a job fair, that everyone there is, open to, seeing everyone and being on the same playing field. And I know we're talking about, the job that you have, you doing cars. When the job fair, what kind of businesses are there going to be there? Everything from car sales to something else?
Huge gamut, everything from nonprofits, car sales, just about anything you can imagine at a normal job fair is going to be at the Dream Job Fair. Like I said, over 50 employers. So
yeah,
and they all are there because they understand that this is not about charity. These are great employees. They enhance the culture of the companies that they work for. There's tax incentives and business that make really good business sense for these companies, and above all, they're getting a wonderful class of employee.
Absolutely. And Chris, I want to congratulate you on your 11-month anniversary at your new job. Joey, thank you so much for coming and telling us more about Linkages.
Oh, thank you. It's our pleasure.
And for more information about Linkages and the upcoming Dream Job Fair, you can call 571-8600 or log on to linkagesarizona.org.